Get up, you son of a bitch!
Cause Punch Drunk loves ya.
Already know this is Punch Drunk, aka Mr. Moonshine himself, aka El Adobo, aka El Sazón, aka El Borracho, aka Café Bustelo, aka El Pastor de Boxeo. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in this side of heaven. God bless you all. You already know this is Sunday hangover. Hangover recap. Hangover recap. Y'all already know, man. Shout out to the Drunky Nations. We already know, baby. This past weekend, shout out to Golden Boy Promotions putting up a good card. Regis Prograis came out with a victory versus Jojo Diaz. It was a good action-packed fight. It was a good fight. It was a good fight. You know what I'm saying? And the career of Regis Prograis keeps on going. You know what I'm saying? Keeps on going. You know, I think that Regis Prograis right now, you could say that he is a legitimate gatekeeper, but important gatekeeper at that. You know what I'm saying? I believe the people in 140, even people that's moving up from 135-pound division, moving to 140, you know, it will be a good fight to get with Regis Prograis if you want to touch that elite level, enter into championship contentions. Shout out to Fight Fury Films in the building, one of the members of Punch Drunk Boxing. If you haven't become a member of Punch Drunk, you already know where to go, man. It's right there in the pin. Smash that link. Join the club. Join the members. Join the brotherhood and the sisterhood. Y'all already know, man. Love y'all, man. Fight Fury Films in the building. What's good, man? What else? What else this past weekend we did have? Damn, man, I'm having a brain fog right now. So we had Oscar Duarte beating Sims Jr. in a very close fight. Duarte, you know what, man? That win with Ryan Garcia beating Oscar Duarte and stopping Oscar Duarte is really aging very, very well. Is aging very, very well. But that loss with Rolly Romero is aging well for Gervonta Davis. And a lot of people have been critiquing Gervonta Davis' resume, but I'm gonna tell you like this, man. Gervonta Davis stopped Mario Barrios, and Keith Thurman and Manny Pacquiao couldn't stop Mario Barrios. Gervonta Davis knocked out Rolly Romero. Rolly Romero beat Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia beat Devin the Dream Haney. Gervonta Davis, who he also beat. He got the Mario Barrios victory, the Rolly victory. He stopped Ryan Garcia. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. I mean, yo, you got to give credit to Gervonta Davis. I mean, I know there's people in the community to be like, yo, man, who is he fighting, man? When is he going to fight this? But I'm saying like this, man, his wins looking kind of, you know what I'm saying, looking good. Oh, yo, but you got to understand that, you know what I'm saying, the rehydration clause and the stipulations and stuff like that. Yeah, at the end of the day, man, I'm going to tell you like this, man. I know some people don't want to hear it, but and this ain't even giving him excuses and stuff like that. But Gervonta Davis, he's a tiny guy, bro. He's a small dude. When I saw him in person, I said, yo, this man, yo, they list him at 5'5", man. That dude is 5'3", 5'4". That dude is small and skinny. And like, I'm looking at like, and I've met Mario Barrios before too. Remember, I did leading up to the Keith Thurman and Mario Barrios. I was in the locker room with Mario Barrios. I went to the locker room with Mario Barrios. Mario Barrios was a tall guy, almost my height. Gervonta Davis is like very, very short, man. I'm talking about short, skinny, puny compared to these guys. So, you know, no lie. When I look at and I've met Ryan Garcia, as you all know, Ryan Garcia is very tall. Ryan Garcia is almost 6 feet tall. You know what I'm saying? Mario Barrios is almost 6 feet tall. This guy is barely 5'4", 5'5", to be honest, Gervonta Davis. So I know there's a lot of people that want to critique. And we saw Manny Pacquiao and Gervonta Davis together. And Manny Pacquiao looked bigger than Gervonta Davis. So I'm just letting y'all know how small Gervonta Davis is, bro. Truth in the building was good, man. God bless you, my brother. All right. Okay, the fight that the world is waiting for. Canelo Álvarez versus Terence Crawford. Hey, yo, I was watching the WWE yesterday, and the way that it was promoting Terence Crawford versus Canelo Álvarez, right? They said, and what they said, entering into a new era, a new legacy, something like that, introducing or something like that. I'm like, what the hell are y'all talking about, man? Bud Crawford is going to be 38 years old, man. If he beats Canelo Álvarez, man, he out the door. Canelo Álvarez is nearly out the door as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the hell are they promoting, man? This is the thing that I be hating, is when they throw and I know it's promotion, I know it's a seller fight, but when you're a hardcore boxing fan and you know the sport, and they come up with some, they not talking to us. This is what I know. This is what I know for sure in the sport of boxing. They don't promote for the hardcore boxing fans, because the hardcore boxing fans should know better. As a matter of fact, the hardcore boxing, and I'm going to contradict myself. I think the hardcore boxing fan have become casuals, in my opinion. But we're gonna be talking about this. How much credit does the 4-division world champion, super middleweight undisputed, King Nello, aka Garate, aka Cash Nello, aka Payday, aka get the fuck out of here, man, Canelo Álvarez, how much credit does he get by beating the 4-division champion, 2-division undisputed world champion, Terence Crawford? How much credit does he get to be Bud Crawford? And ladies and gentlemen, I'm listening to pundits. You know what I'm saying? I'm listening to credible opinions in the sport of boxing, credible analysis in the sport of boxing. Today's fighters, present fighters, Hall of Fame fighters. There's a lot of people that believe that Terence Bud Crawford will beat Canelo Álvarez. There's a lot of, to be honest, when they're comparing the skill set of Canelo Álvarez, when we're talking about the potential fight with Canelo Álvarez and Terence Crawford, I rarely hear skill set coming out of people's mouth when it comes to Canelo Álvarez. All I hear is he's bigger, he's stronger, he's been in the 168-pound division, the chin of Canelo Álvarez. I don't hear, does Canelo Álvarez throw a great jab? Canelo Álvarez had good waist movement. Canelo Álvarez have we hear a lot about defense, but how many times we see Canelo Álvarez throughout the past, 10, let's say 10 years? Canelo Álvarez really doesn't get hit to the point he's getting hit with a bunch of flush shots that we're like, oh my God, man, he's going to go down. Damn, my God, man, tighten up, man, block a shot, man, slip a shot, damn, duck something. We ain't never see Canelo Álvarez like that. And Canelo Álvarez is an underrated, great defensive fighter, but he don't get credit for it. We don't see Canelo Álvarez with a bunch of. When's the last time Canelo Álvarez even got cut? Canelo Álvarez barely getting nosebleeds, but we don't give him credit for his defense. A lot of people don't give him credit for nothing when it comes to comparing him to the Terence Crawford and analysis. A lot of people, let me name them names. Floyd Mayweather believed that Bud Crawford going to be Canelo. Oscar De La Hoya believed that Terence Crawford going to be Canelo Álvarez. Teofimo Lopez now believes that Terence Crawford going to be Canelo Álvarez. Andre Ward believed that Terence Crawford going to beat Canelo Álvarez. Sean Porter believe that Terence Crawford going to beat Canelo Álvarez. Yours truly, the people that always love him, Teddy Atlas says that Bud Crawford is going to beat Canelo Álvarez. There's a lot of people, man. Let me see if I missed the name, because I was checking a lot of videos, a lot of articles before the live, and I just want to let me see. Okay. Teddy Atlas, Sean Porter, Andre Ward, Floyd Mayweather, Oscar De La Hoya, James Toney, Carl Froch, Tim Zhu, Stephen A. Smith. Hey, he's a credible now. Hey, I know he's not a boxing guy, but damn it, he got everybody who likes to listen to Stephen A. Smith, right? Who else? So we got noticeable names. I'm just mentioning the noticeable names. No noticeable name. We got Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson believes that Terence Crawford is going to beat Canelo Álvarez. I believe that Devin Haney is rooting for Bill Haney rooting for Bud Crawford, right? But then when we're talking about, look at this, a lot of credible names. A lot of credible names. People in the sport of boxing. A lot of credible names. I'm thinking, why are we not talking about if Canelo Álvarez beats Terence Crawford, that he's gonna be praised. Oh my God! If Canelo Álvarez beat Bud Crawford, he's gonna be top 5 in the history of the sport of boxing. We're not talking about that. If we praising so much Bud Crawford as a better technical fighter than Canelo Álvarez, that's what people are saying. He's faster than Canelo Álvarez, right? He's undefeated, right? And now to sell the fight, he's bigger than Canelo Álvarez. Oh, Crawford is stronger than Canelo Álvarez. Oh, Crawford know how to wrestle like Hulk Hogan and body slam the giant. WrestleMania 3, that was Bud Crawford, that was not Hulk Hogan. He know how to wrestle. Now they're doing everything to promote that Terence Bud Crawford is the second coming of the Incredible Hulk when he turns green, right? But when we say, well, what about if Canelo Álvarez beat Terence Bud Crawford? They'd be like, well, you know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna get credit. I mean, that's like him being Amir Khan. That, you know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna get a bunch of credit. So why praise Terence Bud Crawford to the magnitude of all praises if Canelo Álvarez is not gonna get shit? So no, if Canelo Álvarez beat Terence Bud Crawford, Canelo Álvarez is top 5 in the history of the sport of boxing. See, you can't. No, it can't be like that. It can't be like this man is fighting one of the greats. It's better. He's a better technical fighter, better skillful fighter. Bigger. He's bigger, stronger, bigger. Wrestles. Oh my God. You know what I'm saying? He's better in everything. He got more accomplishment than Canelo Álvarez. So why the fuck are we not giving Canelo Álvarez the credit for being Bud Crawford and top 10? Yeah, top 10. Canelo's going to be top 10. Canelo Álvarez is going to be top 10. Top 5. If Canelo Álvarez beat him, no, Canelo Álvarez is bigger. The thing is that there was Terence Bud Crawford moving up two division up. No me vean con esa vaina de que moving 2 division up. Ese tigre es más grande que el tigre, ¿verdad? That dude is bigger than Canelo Álvarez, right? Oh, look at the face of, oh shit. Oh, yo, you saw how Terence Bud Crawford just moved Canelo Álvarez. Oh man. So if Canelo Álvarez beat Terence Bud Crawford, that will be the best win of Canelo Álvarez's career. Canelo Álvarez will be top 5 because they said if Terence Crawford beats Canelo Álvarez, that he will be top 5. Top 5. Better than Sugar Ray Leonard. Están hablando esa gente. He's better than Sugar Ray Leonard, better than Floyd Mayweather, better than Oscar De La Hoya. That's what they saying. Pues no. If he's all going to be all of that, then Canelo Álvarez beating Terence Bud Crawford, he's top 5. Top 5. Muhammad Ali, Sugar Ray Leonard, Sugar Ray Robinson, Manny Pacquiao, y Terence Bud Crawford. Mike Tyson, Terence Bud Crawford, ¿ya? Y Canelo Álvarez. Right? Oh, shit. No, I'm tired of hearing that. Yo, these people ain't gonna say it. Only Punch Drunk Boxing gonna say this. Nobody's talking like this. Nobody gonna say this. Now, there's gonna be people right now looking at the channel saying, what the fuck is you talking about? Yo, this guy's drunk. No. When drunk people speak, they tell the truth. What's good, Brownie in the building with the VFSO. Super Chari Pari. Comprar comida china. Salute Punch. I'm just getting it. Didn't get notification because they don't like it. Potro Boxeo, my friend. They don't like it. Me. No notification. YouTube, motherfucker. Get the fuck out of here. Like I don't always told Dimitri Andre. They don't like it. Potro Boxeo. Hey yo, Lopez versus Davis. Who would have knew this would have been the fight to bring them back? I got T.O. unanimous decision. Ooh, I like that fight. Teofimo Lopez versus Davis. Which one? Keyshawn Davis or Gervonta Tank Davis? Keyshawn Davis or Gervonta Tank Davis? Because I like the Gervonta. I like the T.O. and the Tank fight. Good looking out, bruv. Y'all already heard that Keyshawn Davis said, I retired. Everybody's saying they retired. Keyshawn Davis said he was going to retire. Shakur Stevens said he was going to retire. Teofimo Lopez said he was going to be retired. Gervonta Tank Davis said he was going to be retired. You know what? And this ain't new. I remember when Roy Jones Jr. was saying this is going to be my last fight. I remember when Mike Tyson used to say this is going to be my last fight. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what is the tactic. I retire. He said I retire for the YTBC. T.O. getting ready to outbox Keyshawn Davis. It's levels to this. Trust me. I know my boxing. The only person that could get him is Haney. You think so? I don't know, man. I don't know. I think that Teofimo Lopez beats them all, to be honest. I think that Teofimo Lopez beat Keyshawn. I think Teofimo Lopez beats Shakur. I think Teo beats Tang. I think Teo beats Haney. I think Teo beats Ryan. I think Teo beats Buello. I think Teo beats Matias. If Teofimo Lopez shows right and everybody's 100%, I believe that Teofimo Lopez beats them all. That's just my opinion. But I believe that it will be a great fight. Teo versus Shakur, Teo versus Gary Antoine Russell, Teo versus I think it'll be a good promo. Teo versus Matias, but I think that Matias is tailor made for Teofimo Lopez. I think that Teofimo Lopez beat Keyshawn Davis. But yes, Canelo right now. Truth says Canelo right now is the Hall of Fame, but Bud is good boxer, but his resume is in trouble. But you know what, Truth? How much truth are we going to speak time and time again? How much truth are we here in this community, in the chat, in the panel going to speak? How much truth are we going to tell to the powers that be? They don't care about truth. They don't care about it. They don't care. They are saying that Bud Crawford is a better technical fighter than Canelo Álvarez, has a better career than Canelo. A more accomplishment than Canelo Álvarez. Is taller than Canelo Álvarez. Is stronger than Canelo Álvarez. This guy got more reach than Canelo Álvarez. Got more height than Canelo Álvarez. Could switch better than Canelo Álvarez. They are talking like this guy's the second coming of Jesus Christ in the sport of boxing. So if Canelo Álvarez beat the second coming of Jesus Christ, then Canelo Álvarez should get the 100% credit and be placed like they say. They say, all right, let me ask y'all a question in the chat. Let me ask y'all a question. If Terence Bud Crawford beats Canelo Álvarez, where will you place him at? If Terence Bud Crawford knocks out Canelo, where would you place Terence Bud Crawford? All time. Stops Canelo, beat Canelo, unanimous decision Canelo. Where would you have Terence Bud Crawford, ladies and gentlemen? He said Crawford moving up 3 divisions. No. Forget about the 3 division because they're selling me that Terence Bud Crawford is bigger than Canelo Álvarez, weighs more than Canelo Álvarez, is stronger than Canelo Álvarez. So I don't want to hear the 3 divisions. Forget about it. See, this are the things they say weight class for a reason, but they don't care about weight class for a reason. They're pushing and they're promoting. But guys, Bud Crawford is really a bigger guy. Okay, pues no me vengan con 3 division. Matter of fact, you know, it's a contradiction that it tells me that Canelo Álvarez is the one that is not a weight bully, that he's fighting in the weight class that he needs to be. And if Bud Crawford is bigger than Canelo Álvarez, stronger than Canelo, y que ese tigre estaba haciendo en the 140 and 147-pound division. Ese tigre era un weight bully, pues. See, that's what happens when people shoot themselves on the foot. If Terence Bud Crawford, it got to be one of the 2. It got to be that Bud Crawford is a smaller guy moving up to the 168-pound division and beating the bigger guy, the stronger guy, and all of that. No. Is that, but Punch, this is a good matchup because in all actuality, Bud Crawford was a big welterweight, and Bud Crawford is bigger and taller, got bigger reach and strong, and he wrestles. Pues no venga con ese tigueraje that Bud Crawford is moving 3 divisions up, so you can give credit to Bud Crawford and don't give credit to Canelo Álvarez. Get the fuck out of here, man. No, you got to pick one of the 2. If he's the smaller guy moving up, then he's the smaller guy moving up. If he's the big guy, the thing that Bud Crawford been doing his whole career was being a weight bully, boy. So he was a weight bully all this time. And Canelo Álvarez was fighting in his weight. Which one is it? Which one is it, folks? Is Bud Crawford moving up 2 division up as the little guy, daring to be great, or he was just a weight bully at 140, 147, and now he has the balls to step up and fight in his own real weight class? Because which one of the 2? You know what I'm saying? Andy, one of the members of Punch Drunk Boxing in the building, me dice, wasn't Canelo the one to tell Bud to go through Teo first? Yes. That was more legitimate, but no. People said no. They didn't want to see that. They didn't want to see the 140-pound lineal champion versus the 147-pound lineal champion. No, Punch. What are you talking about? You tripping, yo. You tripping. No, it's Crawford versus Canelo Álvarez. Let him jump 3 division up and dare to be great. Hey, yes, I think I know that dare to be great. I'm tired of the lies, bro. But Crawford is not moving up to dare to be great. He's moving up because Turkey Al-Sheikh had a wet dream. And his wet dream was that he wants to hold Bud Crawford's hands, take him up to the 168-pound division, and fight Canelo Álvarez because he had a wet dream. He said, "Estaba haciendo la paja off of that fight." Ain't nobody was asking for that fight. Bud Crawford didn't believe he could fight Canelo Álvarez. He did it in the interview already. He's doing it because there was so much money on the table that you'd be dumb enough not to take the fight. Because Bud Crawford was shamed with money to take the fight. But Bud Crawford, I have a good fight for you, my friend. I love you, Bud Crawford. You are a great champion. I think that you're a great. I would like you to face Canelo Álvarez. I could see how the first conversation went with Bud Crawford and Turkey Al-Sheikh. I'm in a 147-pound division, moving up to 168 and Canelo campaign at 175. I mean, that would be too much. What did you mean? What did you mean? I had the dream. I had the dream. Listen to me, Bud Crawford. My chocolate thunder. Listen to me. I had the dream that you was training very hard. That you would grow their muscles that this needed to be. That you would be with Victor Conte, the snacker of all snackers. My little snacker, my little chocolate thunder, you would grow like an incredible hawk. That like the chocolate, instead of you turning green, you would turn darker than dark. You would turn blacker than black. And you would grow strong, my friends. And you would beat that red-headed, my little cinnamon bun Canelo Álvarez. Do you understand? Here's the money. How much money, Turkey? You would get $70 million, motherfucker. Are you prepared? Turkey, of course. Yeah. Yo, bring me Canelo Álvarez right now. Hey, yo, if Turkey Al-Sheikh would have gave me money to fight, hey, yo, tell Turkey, look, Turkey Al-Sheikh shame Bud Crawford to fight Canelo Álvarez. Terence Bud Crawford, they say he got a high IQ. Terence Bud Crawford is not a dummy. Terence Bud Crawford is one of the smartest fighters in the sport of boxing. So without Turkey Al-Sheikh and his money, you seen the interview where Bud Crawford was said, "I will never fight Canelo Álvarez. Never gonna happen." He's looking at and when he used to answer these questions, he's looking at these media folks like they're dummies. Yo, I'm 147 pounds. Here comes Turkey Al-Sheikh. Shit, I want to fight Canelo Álvarez. You don't want to fight Canelo Álvarez. This is not a daring to be great. This is you not daring to be stupid, not to take life-changing money. Generational wealth, money. That's why you're fighting. Stop pushing this lie that you're daring to be great. You're just daring not to be stupid, not to collect the money. And Canelo Álvarez doesn't want to fight Terence Bud Crawford either because he knows he ain't going to get the credit. He said, que yo no me dieron créditos cuando yo peleé y le gané a Khan. No me dieron créditos. They didn't give me credit, man. When I beat Jamel Charlo, no me dieron créditos. No me dieron nada. Diciendo que yo le estaba ganando a la gente pequeña. Canelo Álvarez is like, man, come on. I'm not going to get credit. I'm not gonna get credit like Chase Bank is not gonna give Adrian Broner credit. They're not gonna give me credit, okay? They're not gonna give me credit like Chase Bank is not gonna give credit to Adrian Broner because he drinking too much and he lost his money. He don't pay back. That's the fucking boys, the business, man. No credit to me. Did Canelo Álvarez get credit for beating the undisputed reigning king of the 154-pound division, Iron Man Charlo? Did he get any credit? That's one of his greatest victories. Did that move him up to the pound-for-pound list? Huh? Did that move when Canelo Álvarez beat the undisputed reigning power hitter that has knocked out every opponent for him to be the undisputed 154-pound division, the landmine division, the division that Terence Bud Crawford showed his vulnerabilities and they try to sweep it under the rug like they've never been a Madrimov fight. They're going from the Earl Spence to the Canelo Álvarez fight. Like, oh, well, we forgot about the Madrimov, that he arguably lost. Could have gone either way. 115, 113 Madrimov, 114, 114, 115, 113 Terence Crawford. It could have gone either way, respectfully. Even Turki Al-Sheikh, after the fight, didn't even want to mention Terence Crawford versus Canelo Álvarez. He mentioned, what about Virgil Ortiz versus Canelo Álvarez? That's who Turki Al-Sheikh mentioned after the fight. He didn't even mention Canelo Álvarez versus Terence Crawford because he said, damn, it woke him up a little bit. Terence Crawford and Canelo, shit, versus Madrimov. Oh my fucking God. He even told Eddie Hearn. Hold on. This is what he told Eddie Hearn. Let me see the quote. I'm gonna give you the quote. What Turki Al-Sheikh told Eddie Hearn after the Madrimov fight. Let me see if I got it right here, folks. Let me see if I got it right here. Where is that? Where is that? Where is that? So is it this one? Let me see. Give me a sec. Let me see if I got the quote here. Here you go. Eddie Hearn said, everyone knows His Excellency came up to me and said, oh no, you ruined our plans. That's what Turki Al-Sheikh said to Eddie Hearn after the Bud Crawford versus Madrimov. Oh no, you ruined our plans. It may be Turki Al-Sheikh. Somebody was talking to Turki Al-Sheikh. I know who was talking to Turki Al-Sheikh, man. I know. See, the person that does the negotiations for Turki Al-Sheikh works for Bud Crawford. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something that y'all don't know. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something that y'all don't know. Turki Al-Sheikh doesn't do the negotiations with the fighters when in terms of money. He got handlers. He's got a representative do so. But one of the representatives that does the negotiations for Turki Al-Sheikh works for Terence Crawford. He probably told, don't worry, Turk, don't worry. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was a layoff. He was, he cheated on his wife. He had another baby, you know what I'm saying, out of wedlock. He wasn't there, it was kind of, but, like to use other boxers' name. Virgil or beat Terence Crawford. Let me tell you like this. Do you know, I'm okay. There, if you see the weigh-in, there's a black dude that's next to Bud Crawford, not Bomac. Go back to the face-off, go back to the press conferences, the face-off. That guy is the one that does the negotiations for Turki Al-Sheikh, not just in the fights for Terence Crawford, for the other fights. But he's Terence Crawford's boy as well. He came up with, he's Terence Crawford's guy. But now works for Turki. Just letting y'all know. People that know the sport of boxing know exactly who I'm talking about. Bud never fought an elite fighter to lose to a Victor Postal. Who's that guy? Even Terence Crawford told Canelo Álvarez that my best wins was Victor Postal. Victor Postal. And what he said, and what's the other guy's name from the UK? Ricky Burns. Yo, the betting odds is actually close, right? Almost 50-50. So why wouldn't Canelo Álvarez get at least 50-50 of the credit? Why? I'm asking y'all in the chat. Help me out, folks. What's good, Ja? What's good? What's good, my brother? What's good? What's good? Joshua in the building. Why wouldn't Canelo Álvarez get the same amount of credit if he beats Terence Crawford the way that Terence Crawford will get credit if he beats Canelo Álvarez? And I don't want to hear because Bud Crawford is moving up. Because that's where every time when we talking about the weight classes and him moving up, y'all want to say that Bud Crawford is actually taller than Canelo Álvarez, bigger than Canelo Álvarez. Right now, he's walking around at 185 pounds. That's what they say. They say that Bud Crawford is walking around at 185. Canelo Álvarez right now is walking around at 185. So they're the same size. I don't want to hear it then. oh, this is just to give credit to one guy, oh, this is just a win-win situation for Bud Crawford. No, it's not a win-win situation. And if Bud Crawford loses to Canelo Álvarez, me lo quita del pound for pound list. I know, mira esta gente, no, Bud Crawford, mira, when Bud Crawford performed with Madrimov, they don't drop him from the pound for pound list. Se lo dejan ahí mismito. And number 3 and number 2, se lo dejan ahí. If somebody else underperforms, they got at the pound for pound list. The way they tried to do with Josh Taylor after his performance with Jack Catterall. Bang, get at the pound for pound list. Right? Shakur Stevenson was in the pound for pound list. After the Edo de los Santos fight, they took him out the pound for pound list. But Bud Crawford, no, he stays in number 3. They didn't even put him in number 4, number 5. No, se lo dejan ahí mismito, number 3. Se lo dejan ahí mismito, number 3. No se lo quitan. Huh? Oh, so if Bud Crawford gets beaten by Canelo Álvarez, you stay right there? No, because Jamel Charlo got out of the pound for pound list too when Canelo Álvarez beat him. He was moving up 2 division up. I already seen that these media folks want to hold the hands of Terence Bud Crawford. Se lo quieren meter a ese tigre también. Huh? Hey, yo, Turkey out shake and these media folks that still be ranking Bud Crawford number 3 after the Madrimov fight, they want to un oye se los rompe el culito a Bud Crawford sin gasolina, toda esa gente. That's what I'm getting. Okay, I don't understand, my friend. I don't understand the logic. After the performance of Terence Bud Crawford, why in your mind you saying, oh yeah, Bud Crawford beats Canelo Álvarez? Then Canelo Álvarez, one thing. Canelo Álvarez turned into a bum overnight. Canelo Álvarez must have turned into a bum. No, not when people say, oh no, Canelo Álvarez only declined just a little bit. Canelo Álvarez, for the people that's picking Bud Crawford after the Madrimov fight, moving up to the 154-pound division. And now they think moving up to the 168-pound division. As a matter of fact, it was the betting odds was wide, and every week it gets closer and closer and closer. Porque it's Bud Crawford, so this could be so close. And the pugilist of the game is saying that he's going to be Canelo Álvarez. That means that somewhere Canelo Álvarez turned into a bum overnight. They don't give no credit to Canelo Álvarez. Skills, technique, nothing. Everything is on Bud Crawford. Bud Crawford is stronger, better technically savvy. He could switch. He got a better jab. He got better selective of punches. He got better footwork. He tiene todo better than Canelo Álvarez. Canelo Álvarez compared to Bud Crawford, the way they're advertising is that Canelo Álvarez is a bum, a heavy bag that's about to get punched up. That's the way that's the way that they analyzing this fight. And he's not going to knock him out because he got an iron chin. And you're not going to knock out a heavy bag, right? But the heavy bag is not going to beat you up. They talk about Canelo Álvarez like the dude got no arms, no legs, and just got a chin. Yeah, I want to know. I just want to know, where's this energy? Is everybody paid off to say this? I feel like people are getting paid off to say that, oh my God, Bud Crawford's going to beat Canelo Álvarez. I think people are getting paid off. And this is no like downplaying Bud Crawford's skills. I would think now, would lose to, if he moves up 3 division up, he will lose to Shakur Stevenson. He will lose to Tank. He will lose to Teofimo Lopez. He will lose to these guys at 100. He will lose to Gary Antoine Russell. He will lose. Yes, he will lose. But he could be better and skillfully, but he could lose. But no, they saying that this guy's going to beat Canelo Álvarez. Like Canelo Álvarez ain't shit. We breaking it down unbiased, logically, and objectively. No phone lines, my brother. But I'll send the link when I'm ready to send the link. We're going to chop it up. Crawford is moving. They think Canelo going to fight Crawford like who he fought the last and called 4 bums. But they're going to be big mad at Canelo Álvarez. Now, is it that because Canelo Álvarez didn't knock out nobody in recent time? Is it because Canelo Álvarez's last knockout was against Kalen Plant? And a lot of people know that Canelo Álvarez should is levels above the riders of the world, the riders of the world, the Berlangas, the Munguias, the William Skull, and he doesn't knock him out. So people are like, they look at those performances, even though that he's not even getting hurt, even though that he's not even being challenged like that. But they're looking at Canelo Álvarez as declining. Where is he declining? I could say, damn, okay, Canelo Álvarez's power has declined a little bit. But skills, no. Where has he declined in skills and technique? What has happened to the boxing fans? Yo, I understand that Turkey Al Sheikh is doing great things for the sport of boxing, but also it's not. These people are. If Turkey says, I feel like Turkey is like he has the power of Hakeem in Coming to America. When he says, when Hakeem tells the first girl that he was gonna get married, bark like a dog, woof, 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 a big dog, woof, 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 hop in one leg, make a noise like a orangutan. Ooh, 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 ooh. That's how the boxing world reminds me of right now. That bitch in Coming to America that was supposed to be the first wife of Hakeem. You guys just adopt anything that Turkey Al Sheikh says. If Turkey Al Sheikh says, you know what, that Anthony Joshua versus Jake Paul is the great fight. Yes, it's a great fight. I want to see Naoya Inoue versus Alexander Usyk. No, matter of fact, I want to see Naoya Inoue versus David Benavidez, the monster versus the monster. I think that Inoue is a better skillful fighter than David Benavidez, and I think that would be great. And everybody be like, over time, damn. It sounds kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it goes around David Benavidez's legs, how he's going to catch him. He's not going to watch him. David Benavidez going to have to punch down. I don't think he's faster than Naoya Inoue. Who's faster than Naoya Inoue? Who has more knockout ratio in the blade? Yeah, Naoya Inoue is still knocking people out. You know what I'm saying? He's probably going to be too fast. The angles. Y'all would try anything to believe what Turkey Al Sheikh believes. Turkey Al Sheikh has mind effed the whole media. There's no more, folks, there's no more media in boxing. There's no more media. There's no more media in boxing. Now the media in the sport of boxing are trying to do and say anything to get on Turkey Al Sheikh's side. This is what it is. Turkey Al Sheikh bought Benson's Twitter account. Allegedly, they say that Turkey Al Sheikh bought it for $10 million. Remember that the Ring Magazine Twitter account used to be Benson's Twitter account. Turkey Al Sheikh allegedly bought it off for him. That's Benson's account. So I think that now everybody is waiting for that opportunity, or let me say all these things, for Turkey Al Sheikh to like it, for him to buy my channel or account, because they don't know how to work from the ground up like your boy Punch Run Boxing. Yeah. I went from zero subscribers to 100K subscriber. Porque este trabajo. We work hard out here. I work hard and Punch Run Boxing over here, baby. No, these people are just buying accounts. Shout out to Police Paulie Mananaji that went to from the boxing industry and commentating on network television and built his YouTube from ground up. But guys I like Andre Ward, but Andre Ward didn't build it from ground up. All Smoke, that was Showtime Sports YouTube channel that they bought off. You ain't earn it. You ain't earn it like other YouTubers. Earn that shit from ground up. Earn it. Yeah, get your interviews and stuff like that, but earn that shit like we all did. They already had a million subscribers. Yo, I like All in Smoke. Shout out to I'm just keeping it real. Shout out to All Smoke YouTube channel and shit like that, doing great interviews. Man, if you was coming from the ground up, you'll be having probably 1,000, 2,000 views on them videos. Shout out to Mill City Boxing. What's good, my brother Mill City? Mill City, right? They don't know how to earn it from ground from zero. They don't know how to earn it from zero. Other people come from the hip hop community, with the good, and then come into boxing saying, "Oh, I'm taking over the sport of boxing." You ain't putting work in boxing like we did out here, Sogor que no puede hablar mierda. Sogor habla mierda. Ese tigre también. You ain't put in the work that we put in here. You come from the hip hop. You come from talking about Drake and Kendrick Lamar, mi hermano. Tú no has hecho nada, mi hermano. Tú mamá huevo también. And the fucking way with the other promoters. No, that's the way that I talk. Keep it real. Yeah. Shout out. Good work, Cigar Talk. But you ain't putting the work in boxing from ground up. I get it. You created a good relationship. I'm just being real. I'm just being real. You know, people don't like me being real. I'm not throwing no shots. I'm just keeping it real. I'm saying that there's people that have worked their ass off in boxing from 0 subscribers to whatever they got. People coming up with numbers and shit like that, thinking that, oh, I'm taking over. But you ain't taking over shit. You taking over people's balls. I'm no huevo for fucking interviews and stuff like that. Boxing don't even have fans. I don't think that boxing has real hardcore boxing fans. No, I don't think so. So what I'm saying is that people are not, it's not that people are paid off. Everybody is paid off. What I'm saying is that people are waiting for you know how people say, yo, people are waiting for the Canelo Álvarez sweepstakes. They're waiting for the Willy Wonka ticket. And you see how people that Canelo Álvarez, I'm gonna give you an example. I'm gonna give you an example of how the boxers, how media promoters is almost the same game. Canelo Álvarez don't want to fight nobody that disrespects him. He's going to give him an opportunity. If you praise Canelo, he's going to give you an opportunity. See, Bud Crawford wasn't talking shit about Canelo, right? So he ain't going to give him an opportunity. He ain't going to give Demis Andre, Jamal Charlo opportunity because they was talking shit. They talking shit. And they talking shit about, I'm not giving David Benavidez an opportunity. He talking shit. He disrespected me. So he don't give him an opportunity. He's going to give you an opportunity when you be nice. So these media folks are waiting for Turkey Al Sheikh to buy off their Twitter account, to buy off their YouTube. So they're going to kiss his ass. They're going to go, you know what they're going to do? They're going to lick his toes from esa chancleta de Jesucristo. They're going to lick his toes. You see the bata, the bata, the grandmother bata that Turkey Al Sheikh had. They're going to uplift his bata. La mamada, and grab his turban at the same time. That's what these media folks is doing to Turkey Al Sheikh. While him singing, lick it before I stick it. Lick it before I stick it, my friend. Lick it before I stick it, my friend. Local community's a bunch of bipolar disorder mother effers out here, bro. They don't got no spine. They don't have no spine. People don't have no spine. People out here, you guys also support people that have no spine, no, how you say, character, no, what's the word I'm looking for? What's the word I'm looking for? They basically want Canelo to sell out in the stadium by himself. They put everything on his back. But Daisy, they put everything on his back by giving all the credit to Terence Crawford. They putting everything on Canelo Álvarez's back, but he gets no credit if he beats Terence Crawford. So and that's what I'm talking about. They will put everything on Canelo Álvarez's back, but he gets no credit if he beats Terence Crawford. So what I'm saying is, if Bud Crawford is all of that, if Bud Crawford is greater technically than Canelo, better than Canelo boxer, is big like Canelo, is walking around in 185 maybe like Canelo, got better reach than Canelo, is more accomplished than Canelo, then Canelo Álvarez should get the same praise and status of Terence Crawford if Terence Crawford beats Canelo Álvarez. He gets the same praise. I don't want to hear that he's moving 3 division or 2 division up no more because he's as big as Canelo. Because you're trying to sell me that he is as big as Canelo, that he know how to wrestle like Ultimate Warrior and Hulk Hogan, body slamming Yokozunas and the Giants. He's like Goldberg when he did the jackhammer on the Giant, right? Because he's a wrestler too. Eso lo me está diciendo la gente. That Bud Crawford is a wrestler. He's Big Papa Puff. He's Buff Bagwell and Big Papa Puff in 2. The Snack Brothers. He's so good that you can't even critique Victor Conte no more. No. What you talking about, yo? What you talking about, Punch? You know, Victor did his time. Victor Conte did his time, yo. You know what I'm saying? What you feel about people that do their time? You know what I'm saying? You got to give them a second chance, yo. You got to give them a second chance. Boy, if your girl or your wife is sucking off your best friend or your cousin or your brother, give that wife a second chance, boy. Estúpido. Give her a second chance. Give her a second chance. If you had a baby with a crazy baby mama, baby mama drama. You had a baby. You was a good father. You're a great father. But she's how you say it? Bitter that you don't want her, right? She messed up and you ain't want to take her back. She takes you to court. She takes all your money. She says that you can't even see your kids. Give her a second chance to be with her and have another kid. And she comes back to me. I'm sorry, all the things that I put you through throughout the years. You know what I'm saying? I know you didn't have a good relationship with your son. I know that I love, but you know what? Give me a second chance, and I wanna create a new family with you. Give her a second chance, boy. Give her a second chance. Give her a second chance. Usted está hablando de Victor Conte, they give him a second chance. So give your crazy baby mama a second chance. When she took it to child support, you didn't see your kid. Your kid is already gonna be 16, 17, 18, already going. And then she comes back around and say, you know what, let's do it again. I promise you, I'm not that young girl I used to be. I was so immature. I want to start all over because our son already grown up. I want to start a family together. And you're gonna be like, you know what I'm saying? Because I believe in second chances. You know what I'm saying? There's this guy Victor Conte. You know what I'm saying? He used to give PEDs to these boxers and athletes around the world, you know what I'm saying? In America especially, you know what I'm saying? And if I could give him a second chance, baby, I could give you a second chance. Let's have a baby. People gonna be like, hey, yo, there's gonna be some people that be like, what the fuck this guy's talking about? Punch is talking crazy. No, I'm not talking crazy. I'm not. Hey, yo, anybody in the chat, am I talking crazy? Am I really talking crazy? The hypocrisy is real. Second chances for Victor. Yo, the hypocrisy is real. Second chances. Oh, give him a second chance. He only did it with Barry Bonds and the track and field star Jones and Montgomery. You know what I'm saying? Give him a chance. Oh no, like he didn't inject PEDs into Shane Mosley for Shane Mosley to step inside the ring and knock a nigga head off. Okay, second chance. I mean, give him a second chance. Everybody is doing second chance. Second chances don't mean you got to do the same thing or put in the same position that you was in before when you was making the mistakes. Second chance for you to do something else. It's not second chance for you to do the same thing. That's not what second chance means. Second chance is not you playing dirty for almost 40 years. And I got to give you a second chance. Motherfucker, you have 40 years of chances to make it right. 30 years to make it right. All right, you out. You did your time. Now go write a book. Write a book. Write a book about it. Do a movie about it. How about you sell books and ices or something like that? You don't see Canelo hanging around Turkey. No. Your man, that 80-year dude, ain't trying to go back to jail. That's the stupidest shit I ever heard. That 80-year-old dude ain't trying to go back to jail. Bro, he's not breaking the law. Hello, he helped form VADA. He helped form VADA's protocols. It's not he's breaking the law. He's cheating. Is allegedly cheating within the system. Or enhancing within the system. Put it that way. Enhancing within the system. You don't. But y'all like to play fools because it's Terence Crawford. And because Terence Crawford is highly respectable, as he should be. Terence Crawford is highly respectable, right? You guys would rather turn the blind eye on Victor Conte, the former Pablo Escobar of PEDs. You guys would turn the blind eye because the respect that you have for Terence Crawford. But if Victor Conte was with Tyson Fury, ay. Y Victor Conte estaba con Tyson Fury. Ay. If Victor was with Tyson Fury, oh man. If Victor was with Dillian White when he got caught. You guys, if Victor Conte was with Conor Ben, y'all be seeing something else. But because it's Terence Crawford. If Victor Conte was with, what's his name? Big Baby Miller. If Victor Conte was with LeBron James, 70% of the people in sports were looking at LeBron James at the age of 40 and saying, ese tigre se está apoyando. No. And it's just my mind. It's just no. If Victor Conte was working with LeBron James, y'all wouldn't be thinking that he's on when he's on steroids, right? On PEDs. No, right? I'm just talking stupid, right? I'm stupid. I ain't stupid, right? If LeBron James was working with Victor Conte, you guys would think, man, no, this is natural. No, LeBron James is a freak of nature. Bella. Tell me, right? In the chat. If Victor Conte was with LeBron James, would y'all be thinking that he is the freak of nature, he is legit, and he is clean? Yes or no? It's true, brother. He said, yo, all this Crawford narrative is crazy. They act like Canelo don't have any skills. That is true. It's true, my brother. They act like Canelo Álvarez. Yo, you know how they talk about Canelo Álvarez right now? Yo, Cholo, and everybody in the chat. You know how they talk about Canelo Álvarez right now just to praise Crawford. They talk about Canelo Álvarez like, you remember the movie Space Jam? You remember the movie Space Jam? When the monsters zap the skills of the NBA players, and Patrick Ewing couldn't even catch the ball, boom, and it just hit his face. He couldn't even catch the ball. That's how they talk about Canelo Álvarez. Like Canelo, like the little monsters from Space Jam, le quitó el skills y se lo llevaron pa Looney Tunes. That's how they talk about Canelo Álvarez. Canelo Álvarez doesn't have any more skills anymore. Oh, no, they go Canelo Álvarez decline. No, when they said the Canelo Álvarez decline, people saying the Canelo Álvarez don't have nothing. Ni zapato tiene el tigre. Canelo Álvarez doesn't have brains, doesn't have footwork, doesn't have punching power, doesn't have defense, doesn't have weights on the team, doesn't know how to close the angles and stuff. No, Canelo Álvarez ese tigre una basura. That's the way they talk about Canelo Álvarez. To pump up Bud Crawford, Canelo Álvarez has turned overnight into a straight up bum, bro. A bum. The way that Mickey from Rocky says bum. You're nuts, the bum. That's the way that they look at Canelo Álvarez. Everybody look at him like that right now. Teddy Atlas, Andre Ward, Flo Mayweather, everybody that picks Shakur Stevenson, everybody looks at Canelo Álvarez like he's a straight up bum. Overnight. That's how desperately they want to sell the fight. Desperately. I think, to be honest, with the money that this guy, with the money, this is me. This is what I believe. This is what I think. I actually think that Turkey Al-Sheikh has bought people to say these things. Okay, I don't know how even pundits and analysts has turned so stupid. I don't know. Wrong in the building. What are the members? Become a member to the best boxing channel. Let's go, baby. I don't trust, he said, picking the little guy. Who's the little guy? Joaquin, who is the little guy? There's no little guy. Remember, Bud Crawford is taller than Canelo, bigger than Canelo. He's walking around at 185, all full of muscles. He's bigger and stronger than Canelo Álvarez. He got better skills than Canelo Álvarez. No, Bud Crawford is not the little guy. Bud Crawford was just the little guy that was weight bullying his way. Because now he's the monster that know how to wrestle. I've been hearing about that Bud Crawford is a wrestler now, bro. And have I seen that one video of him in high school or in college on the NCAA wrestling tournament or wrestling mat? I haven't seen that man do anything, but all of a sudden, I haven't seen him in the ring. I never seen him in WWE. I never seen him in the NCAA tournament. I never seen him in AWE. I never seen him wrestle Seth Rollins. Even Logan Paul can say that I wrestle. Everybody say that this motherfucker wrestle. I never seen a fucking video of him truly wrestling, competing. I'm talking about competing. No, Punch, you got to understand. No, a lot of people talking about Canelo Álvarez that he's big and strong, but you got to understand that Bud Crawford is a wrestler. He wrestles. And I've been asking time and time again, but I don't think it, because I used to wrestle too. You remember back in the days? When they used to throw in the cochons, the beds from people's apartment, and you put it in the block, and we be playing wrestling. Yo, wrestling. You think you're Ultimate Warrior, Bret Hart, Heartbreak Kid, and we playing in the block. We playing wrestling. All your homeboys, you playing wrestling. Tag me in, right? That's the only wrestling that's the wrestling that they talking about with Bud Crawford, huh? Because to this day, I want to see Bud Crawford con el speedo with the speedo like Kurt Angle. Where's the video? He said, bro, he wrestling with Nico Ali Wash and people acting like he wrestled fucking bears and shit. Yo, it's true. Yo, I'm telling you, bro. Yo, this community of boxing has turned retardation, bro. Yo, for real. Yo, this Bud Crawford versus Canelo, yo, got people are losing their brain cells. Are losing strictly their brain cells, bro. I never seen anything like it. Yo, yo, it's true, bro. I never heard this leading up to a Jeff Horn fight, leading up to a Jose Benavidez Jr. fight, leading up to a not even an Earl Spence fight, leading up to Sean Porter fight. I never heard a whole crop of people say, yo, but Bud Crawford is a wrestler and he's going to wrestle Sean Porter. He's going to wrestle Earl Spence. He's going to wrestle Felix Diaz. I never heard this narrative. Where the fuck this narrative came about now? Oh my God. Canelo is strong, but you got to understand that Bud Crawford is a wrestler. He like the Goldberg. He is the Goldberg of boxing. Coño, son la gente estúpido, bro. That's why some people be hitting me up and saying, "Yo, Punch, did you read this article? Yo, Punch, did you hear this? Yo, but Punch, you believe this? But did you? But this person, I don't. Yo, to be honest, folks, I rarely go to any other YouTube channel. I rarely read articles anymore because 80% of the people that y'all listen to, they're bought off. That's number one. They won't tell you the truth because they're not trying to tamper with their with their subscribers, right? Because boxing content creators understand how they get certain subscribers. You know what I'm saying? How they get certain support. So they're not gonna tell you the truth. They're gonna go by what's the number. Another thing, people are not here to tell you the truth. They're trying to hold relationships. And I noticed that. I used to go to channels. I used to like to debate. Like back before the pandemic, I used to like to debate. I had so much respect for boxing and this community. And I told my brother, Rapstar Boxing, I'm gonna say it like this, because I know I've redlined contracts, I've helped fighters get signed. Folks, I'm gonna tell you right now, boxing is almost, I hate to say this because I love the sport, because the only thing that I love left about the sport is the action that happens in the ring, because the fighter, you can't control what really happens in the ring. Everything. I'm gonna tell you like this, folks, and I'm not sugarcoating nothing. People that know me know me. I've redlined contracts, promotional contracts, manager contracts. I've gotten fighters signed. Yes, the drunk with the mic. Yes, me. Yeah. Boxing is as fake as wrestling, is as fake as WWE, AEW. From the rankings are fake. Most of the professional things in boxing is fake. It is. That's why I always stick. That's why I always been a person that likes to watch the amateurs. Because in the amateurs, yeah, there could be some politics shit, but you see the skill set. The skill set that you see today with these professional boxers, most of them, is what they shown in the amateurs. The reason why Alessandro Usyk is the way that he is, he wasn't just great in the pros. It's because he had a great amateur. It's what he did in the amateurs. Same thing for Vasily Lomachenko. When I told you that Teofimo Lopez is going to outbox Vasily Lomachenko, it's because what I've seen in the amateurs. When I said that, Ryan Garcia gave Devin Haney his last 8 count in the amateurs, and look what he did in the pros. I've said to the people, I'm gonna tell you like this. I know y'all like to critique him and stuff like that. Gervonta Davis, I'm from the East Coast. Gervonta Davis has fought almost 250 amateur bouts. That motherfucker technique he is legit. That's almost like when you see I'm saying with this real wrestling. It's like when you see the indies, the wrestlers in the indies, and they go to, and then you see them in the WWE, and you be like, yo, man, these guys coordinate real good, man. Because they did all that work in the indies when it wasn't televised. You know what I'm saying? And all these indie programs. And by the time they hit WWE, man, they're polished. I'm telling you, folks. J. Joe Diaz versus Tim Farmer. Regis versus Frank Martin. That'll be a good fight. That'll be a good fight. Smash that like button, ladies and gentlemen. Smash the like. Smash the like. Smash the like. Or smash the dislike. I just want to know if I'm saying anything, if I'm lying about something. Terence Crawford is going to be 38 years old. Facts. Terence Crawford is moving 2 division up. Facts. Did he look great at 154-pound division? No. Terence Crawford is inactive. Facts. Compared to Canelo Álvarez. Terence Crawford doesn't have the resume like Canelo Álvarez. Facts. Canelo Álvarez has faced way better opponents than Canelo Álvarez. Facts. Canelo Álvarez is more proven because of his resume. Facts. These are all facts. I'm not lying about anything. All facts. Who wins? Bud Crawford or Canelo Álvarez? Bud Crawford. Who's better? Bud Crawford. Who's big fight? Bud Crawford. Because you want to sell, you're desperately trying to sell me this mismatch. But okay. I'm not buying into the mismatch. Now I'm going to buy into that this is a 50-50 fight. If it's not a mismatch, it's a 50-50 fight, right? That's what the odds are saying. That's what because even when I say something about the sport of boxing, they be like, you don't know more than Teddy Atlas. Punch, you're being ignorant. You don't know more than Andre Ward. You don't know more than Floyd Mayweather. You don't know more than Oscar De La Hoya. You don't know more than this person because I'm just a little YouTuber. I'm a drunk with a mic. I don't know nothing. But okay, I'm going to take in what y'all tell me, but also I'm going to make my own decision, with the information that y'all tell me. Forget about my information. I'm going to take in the information that y'all tell me. Okay, Bud Crawford and Canelo Álvarez is a 50-50 fight. Bud Crawford, if he beats Canelo Álvarez, will be regarded as one of the greatest ever, top 10, top 5. That's what the people are saying. Even Mikey Garcia believes that Canelo Álvarez will win, but if Terence Bud Crawford beats him, it's fair to put him top 5. Okay. So if Bud Crawford is going to get all this praise for Canelo Álvarez, bigger than Canelo Álvarez, walking around the same way like Canelo Álvarez, 185, got a better jab than Canelo Álvarez, got better footwork than Canelo Álvarez, got better technique than Canelo Álvarez, could switch it, unpredictable, better than Canelo Álvarez. Two division undisputed world champion, more accomplished than Canelo Álvarez. So Canelo Álvarez should get the same praise as Terence Bud Crawford if Terence Bud Crawford beat Canelo Álvarez. Is that fair? Give me, because I'm compromising now. I'm going to compromise because the fight is going to happen September 13th. It is going to happen. I'm going to compromise. It's a 50-50 fight. Terence Bud Crawford got a hell of a chance of beating Canelo Álvarez because he's bigger, he's big, he's stronger, he's taller, got longer reach. All right. If Canelo Álvarez beats Bud Crawford, man, I'm going to light a fire in all these people's asses, and you better praise Canelo Álvarez like he was the second coming of Jesus Christ in the sport of boxing. You better praise Canelo Álvarez better than Sugar Ray. Let all those people that y'all say that Bud Crawford is going to be better. Canelo Álvarez is going to be top 5, dead or alive. Chris with the $5 super chat, he said, "What up, Punch? Turkey is in a tough spot. He said he wants Shiraz to fight Canelo next. So does this mean he's not rooting for Bud anymore? No, he's rooting for Bud. He's holding Bud's hand. That's his chocolate thunder. This is his chocolate thunder. Is it fair? Is it fair? People in the chat. If Canelo beats Bud, he gets 100% of the credit, and he is going to be placed top 5. GOAT talk. Because Terence Bud Crawford is just that great. It's just that great. Just like they gave Hagler so much credit for beating Hearn, the little guy, right? We want boxing to be what it used to be. We want boxing to be what it used to be, right? Right? So back in the days, they gave credit to the bigger guy being the little guy. Because we always say, we want boxing to be how it used to be. Like the days of Hagler, Hearns, Durant, Leonard. Okay. Well, Sugar Ray Leonard got massive credit for making the little guy, Roberto Duran, quit. Say no mas. Hagler got so much credit for beating Hearn in 3 rounds. One of the greatest fights that I ever seen. Oh my God, I wish they fight like that. Jackie Hernandez, la reina de boxeo de BDT. Punch. But good, it said walk around weight and functional weight are two different things. Bud is naturally smaller fighter, so Canelo should be favored. No, my friend, no, my friend, no. That's not the way they pushing it to us, my brother. I'm gonna take in what they sell me, right? Nah, my brother. I understand what you're saying, but no. They say that Bud Crawford is Hercules right now, walking around in 185 pounds. They saying he's bigger he's stronger than Canelo Álvarez because he's a wrestler too. He wrestles giants. He wrestled Andre the Giant, Yokozuna. He body slammed Yokozuna in Survivor Series like Hulk Hogan did out there in Nevada or WrestleMania, whatever it was. They say he wrestles. He's stronger. He got better footwork. He got better technique. He got almost everything better than Canelo Álvarez. That's what they're saying. Basically, Canelo Álvarez is a bum compared to Terence Crawford. So let's keep it the way they're pushing it to us. I will take it in. All right. All right. What opinions matters more? Turkey or punch run boxing? If I say, folks, who's a smarter, who's a more intellectual person in boxing? Turkey or punch run boxing? People would laugh at me because ain't nobody. I don't have the money to persuade anybody and to like me. They say, man, shut up, man. It's Turkey, bro. He said, you've been hating on Bud since the fight was announced. I haven't been hating on Bud. I've been hating on the damn stupid fight and the way they pushing it to me. Because I ain't no stupid, motherfucker. I ain't no stupid, all right? But I will compromise. Walter, I will compromise. I'm not. But Crawford is big and strong. He's better than Canelo Álvarez. He's got a better jab, better footwork, better technique, more accomplished. All I'm saying, if Canelo Álvarez beats Bud Crawford, he's top 5. Go talk. Because if Bud Crawford beats Canelo Álvarez, they will say that he's top 5, top 10. They will say that he's better than Floyd Mayweather, better than Oscar De La Hoya, better than Sugar Ray Leonard, better than Sugar Ray Robinson, all that stuff. That's what they've been saying. Most of the credible people are saying if Bud Crawford wins, he will be regarded as the greatest, one of the greatest of all time. He'll be better than Roy Jones Jr., everybody. Okay. So he's that good and that great. He's that good and that great. If Canelo Álvarez beat that good and that great guy, Canelo Álvarez is top 5. I don't want to hear the oh, Canelo Álvarez is just the greatest Mexican. No, Canelo Álvarez is one of the greatest of all time. Top 5. Porque le ganó a Bud Crawford. I can't big up the sport. Big up the sport. No. Sorry, Walter. I am bigging up the sport. I'm telling you not to be F. I'm the one that's gonna tell you that the sport is making you look like a fool. Big up the sport. No, get big up the sport. As a matter of fact, well, you know what's bigging up the sport for me, Walter? Walter, do you know what's bigging up the sport for me? It's for Turkey Al-Sheikh to give us the fight that we all was asking for. It's Canelo Álvarez and David Benavidez. And throw all that money that you got, the Prince money, and shove it up David Benavidez and Canelo Álvarez's ass and bring us a fight. If anybody can pull up the upset, is Bud. Top 5 all time with a win. Floyd 2, Ali 3. Mira, lo dijo. That's what. You see. So okay, he says if anybody could pull it off, the upset is a Bud. But what kind of upset? It's not really an upset. Look at the odds. This is not a major upset. No, let's not. Look. Where is that? Hold on. Let's go. Hold on. This ain't a major upset. This is a major underdog. Let's not make Crawford now look like he's less than now. What? The let me see that AI, babe. Good looking out with the $5 super chat, my brother, right? Okay. This is how close it is, folks. This is very close. This is almost a 50-50 fight. It's not an upset if he wins. Nah, don't make and don't see, and that's my point. Don't make it like Bud Crawford is gonna do the most incredible thing. Because if Bud Crawford is gonna do the most incredible thing, then Canelo Álvarez beating Bud Crawford is gonna be just as incredible. And this is what I'm talking about. Y'all only want to give the praise one way. If Bud Crawford is all of that, and you're trying to push it that he's because, oh no, it's 3, but yo, it's tough because he's moving 3 division up to face Canelo. And then y'all gonna be, but then people are saying, well, Canelo's really smaller than Bud. And Bud Crawford is big. Look at Bud. My God, he's bigger and taller, got longer reach. You know, he's not really that small. Because you want to sell me to fight. Let's give Canelo Álvarez the same praise. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying let's not give Bud Crawford praise. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying don't make him top 5. That's what I'm not even saying that. I'm not saying don't make Bud Crawford top 10, top 5. I'm not saying that. I'm saying if Canelo Álvarez does beat Bud, he becomes top 10 and top 5 too. That's what I'm saying. The pushes that Bud Crawford is all this great, but then if Canelo Álvarez beat Bud Crawford is not a great win. But they analyzing Canelo like he ain't shit. That everything is I'm saying it, it's like I'm saying it time and time again for an hour. If he stops Canelo, who's never been dropped, is incredible. Yes, of course. Of course. If he stops Canelo. If he goes a whole 12 round with Canelo, it's still an incredible win. And it's still an incredible win. If Canelo Álvarez beat the undefeated, you see, look, Bud Crawford never lost. Canelo never got dropped. So if Canelo Álvarez outboxes Terence Bud Crawford, in which many people believe, see, that's what I'm saying. You see how we analyzing? Okay. Bud Crawford never been dropped. All right. Bud Crawford never been dropped. If Canelo gets dropped by Bud Crawford, is incredible. Bud Crawford never been outboxed. If Canelo Álvarez, in which people only believe that Canelo Álvarez can only beat Bud Crawford by knocking him out, because if it goes to a decision, they believe that Bud Crawford wins a decision because he's going to outbox Canelo Álvarez because he's a better boxer. If Canelo Álvarez outboxes Terence Bud Crawford, then that's incredible, right? Right? Doing something that never been done. Incredible. Why is not Canelo being pushed that he could do incredible things? That's what I'm saying. Why is only the credit going to Bud? Like Canelo Álvarez ain't nothing. Why? Why people all of a sudden is treating Canelo Álvarez like a stepchild, like an unwanted stepchild in boxing? Viene otro. He's moving up. That's all he gets. My credit for the regular fans' heads. I don't even see him as moving up anymore because they trying to push that he's as strong and bigger than Canelo Álvarez. So what's moving up? In my opinion, that's being hypocritical to me. Oh, so that means that Bud Crawford been a weight bully all this time. That's the way that I'm seeing it. The way they're trying to push it to me. No, you got to understand that Bud Crawford is bigger and stronger than Canelo Álvarez, and you got a bigger reach. You know what I'm saying? He was always the bigger what's weight. Also, he was a weight bully. Okay. That's what I so that's why he was knocking all those people down in the welterweight division, because he was a weight bully, because he's really bigger than Canelo. Keep that same energy. Just keep that same energy. I just want people to keep the same energy. He said 2 division apart. Canelo shouldn't be stopped. No, my brother. No. He's not moving 2 division up anymore. He's the same size as Canelo. That's what they saying, bro. That's what they saying. I ain't saying he's moving 2-3 division up. I said it was a mismatch. They say no, Punch. Stop hating, Punch. Stop your hate. You got to say, Buck Crawford wrestles. He's a wrestler. He's the ultimate warrior. You never seen him wrestle? Canelo Álvarez is not going to push Buck Crawford around because Buck Crawford wrestles. What is it? Yeah, now it's to feel sorry for Bud while giving him all the praise. I don't get it. I don't get this. I don't get it. Pick one. Pick one, folks. Pick one. Pick one. You got to pick one. Got to pick one. I haven't heard, to be honest, I haven't heard one great thing about Canelo Álvarez leading up to this fight. Yo, these guys have a bad, it seemed like Turkey Al-Sheikh told the media folks, I said, look at it right. Whoever wants to do media work for this event, you're better say that Terence Crawford is great in every category, motherfuckers. And Canelo Álvarez is a big cinnamon bun that is slow. He is trash. He's lost it all. All right? You would not be granted media credentials. You would not be granted to be in front of me. All right? Chop, chop. Send the tweets. Write the articles. Do the YouTube, motherfucker. I think that's what happened. That's what happened. Turkey is regulating all these people in boxing right now. I don't even think that he's trying to regulate people. I think that people are just wants to get on his good side and wants to create a relationship with Turkey. So anything that Turkey does, they have to agree. Just like the Bakoli fight. 1 day's notice to fight Joseph Parker. And all the media people saying, oh my God, yo, Turkey's the man, yo. Who else is going to put a Bakoli in 1 day's notice, a last minute replacement? Only Turkey could do it, yo. Only Turkey could do it. You stupid fuck. Bakoli is going inside the ring, all fat, coming from the club to face the most active heavyweight that got the best momentum outside of Usyk is Joseph Parker. And because Turkey felt it was a good idea, everybody thought it was a good idea. Oh my God, Turkey is so incredible. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, how he can make these fights. Yo, he's the man. He's the man. I think you hit the nail on the head. Turkey put them up to it. I think so. Because I've heard criticism of Canelo, minor criticism of Canelo before. You know what I'm saying? The most criticism of late that I've heard of Canelo Álvarez is that his power has declined. And that could be, that's legit. You know what I'm saying? He hasn't stopped nobody. He's hurt people. You know, he's dropped Jamel Charlo. He's dropped Berlanga. He's dropped Munguia. He's dropped Ryder. You know, his power is there, but he's not a knockout artist. So it was legit. Could he stop people? You know what I'm saying? He didn't hurt Bivol, right? But if you look at his run leading up to the Caleb Plant, after the Caleb Plant, he was in a good run. So that's legit. But the disrespect of Canelo, they're disrespecting Canelo because they know that this fight is a mismatch, but they need to sell this fight as a 50-50. And they need credible, relevant voices to say that Bud could win. So if you heard Stephen A. Smith, now he's not really a boxing guy, but he's one of the most relevant voices in American sport, whether people like it or not. People listen to Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith, the first time he was talking about that fight, he doesn't like the way. You see Mike Tyson? A lot of people say that Mike Tyson's isn't a historian. Mike Tyson is smart. When Mike Tyson told Cameron and Mace, I don't like that fight. The weight, it's not a good fight. You know that they don't like to play those clips of Mike Tyson anymore. Nobody plays those clips. None of the media folks plays Mike Tyson's clip of saying that Canelo and Terence Crawford is not a good fight. But if you could get credible voices to say that Bud Crawford could beat Canelo, Andre Ward got high traffic in his channel. Stephen A. Smith, Oscar De La Hoya, that works with Turkey Al Sheikh. You got a bunch of credible names, relevant names saying Bud. Well, that's going to create the interpretation that, yo, Bud could be Canelo. Not everybody has to say it, but they have a traffic, they have fan bases of subscribers that, oh, wow, Bud could be Canelo. Bud could be Canelo. Bud could be Canelo. But if everybody was saying the truth about this fight, nobody be talking about this fight. Nobody be praising this fight. Bud could win, but he's going to have to fight like Jerry from... You think, well, William Skull fought like Jerry. He couldn't win. You think Turkey pushed to get this fight on Netflix because he knew the fight wouldn't do super fight numbers? It was weird that Turkey sabotaged the Jake Paul and Canelo fight, and that Jake Paul and Canelo was going to be on Netflix, and then they turned this fight being on Netflix. See how business works. Business has no feelings. Business has no feelings. You know, that was weird right there. I mean, I like it that it's on Netflix, but it was kind of weird. The fight was going to sell no matter what. Yeah, I think that fight was going to sell because, of course, people, they desperately selling this. How much money you think that they spent on promo for this fight? How much money you think they already spent on promo? I know other fights low scale fights that had a budget for $5 million. If that fight that I know, it cost $5 million to do all the promos and everything. Matter of fact, Ryan Kavanaugh said it. Ryan Kavanaugh from Triller. He said the Teofimo Lopez versus George Kambosos promo cost them $5 million, right? Court paperworks. $5 million. How much you think they spent on the Bud Crawford and Canelo Álvarez? If George Kambosos and Teo was $5 million promo, imagine how much is being spent to persuade the fans to think that Bud is going to beat Canelo, challenge Canelo Álvarez. Thank you, Jackie. Thank you, Jackie. Jackie says, yep, Canelo on the decline, and so did Crawford. You know what? They don't even want to talk about that. They don't want to talk about that Bud Crawford decline. They don't want to talk about that. They think there's the Terence Bud Crawford coming off the Earl Spence fight that happened in 2023 at welterweight. They don't want to talk about that. They want to act like the Masvidal fight at 154 was a dream. It wasn't real. If Bud undisputed at 154 and grabbed the 160 title, I would think it's one of the great. Me too. I was saying that. I said, yo, if Bud Crawford would have beaten Jermell Charlo at 154, then goes to one and become a 5-division world champion, undisputed, right? 3 times. But of course, didn't have the belt, Jermell Charlo. But even if he would have beat Jermell Charlo, and then go to 150, go 160, and even beat Lara, who has a belt, and become a 6th division world champion, I will rate Bud Crawford top 10, greatest of all time. I would rate it just with that. Not even the Canelo Álvarez shit. He said, I got 100 on Bud. Somebody just said Crawford is in his prime. Brooke, and yo, that's what I'm saying. They not even pushing that this guy is older than Canelo Álvarez. But all it is, Jackie, we want, I want Canelo. I want people to give Canelo Álvarez the same credit that Bud Crawford would get. That's all. That's all. I submit. I've compromised. This is a good fight. This is a 50-50 fight. I compromise. Punch Drunk Boxing saying after a year and change, this is the Terence Bud Crawford era, and it's about to finish right now. He's going to retire after the fight if he wins or lose. But I can't. I compromise. This is a 50-50 fight. This is the great fight. This is a legacy fight for both fighters. If Bud Crawford beats Canelo Álvarez, man, he's top 10, top 5. 3-division undisputed world champion. Went up 2 division to face Canelo Álvarez, the king of that division as well. Wow. If Canelo Álvarez beat Bud Crawford, Canelo Álvarez beats a 4-division, 2-division undisputed world champion, undefeated, a guy that never got dropped, a guy that never got outboxed. Wow, Canelo Álvarez, the IQ to outbox a Terence Bud Crawford, the best, arguably, of this era. Even Alexander Usyk said that Bud Crawford is the best. Wow, Canelo Álvarez, you beating Bud Crawford, you will be top 5 all time. Fair. And Canelo Álvarez is a tiny 168 pounder. Forget about small. Canelo is a tiny 168 pounder. And you know what? Bud was just a big welterweight. So it was the even playing field. We good now? Am I fair? Is this fair? I mean, come on. Unbiased, logically, and objectively. Would y'all allow? Is it fair now? Would y'all allow me now? Now I could go from there and now build this fight the way y'all wanted me to build it, the way that this industry is building it. All right, but but people are trying to build a praise that is not even, and that's not fair. You cannot tell me that this is a 50-50 fight. But only one fighter is going to get the credit and one fighter is not. No. It's a 50-50 fight. Both fighters get the credit that they deserve. Jackie said, I'm still trying to see what some people have seen from Crawford that makes them say he can knock Canelo out. Jackie, this is what it is. To find that answer, we will have to do what we don't have the audacity to do. And that is to swallow our integrity. That's to downplay ourselves. That's to mind F ourselves. Jackie, you not wanting to do that, so you're never going to find what those people have found. And I'm not willing to do it as well. That's why we're not going to see what those other people see, because what they're seeing is because they're mind fucking themselves. Either you're mind effing yourself, either you don't like Canelo Álvarez, either, hey, there's some people that pick fighters based on their, ethnicity. Maybe the brothers want to see Bud Crawford get the upset. Just like people will go for the Mexicans will go for a Mexican fighter to beat whoever. Maybe it's all a tribal thing. Maybe they have gotten bored with Canelo Álvarez being great for such a long time. Maybe they just want to see something incredible. Maybe they're rooting for the underdog, where I don't see an underdog in this, because the betting odds tell me there's truly not really a true underdog. Fight Fury Films. We don't even know if Crawford would have beaten Jermell Charlo. Facts. But guess what, Fight Fury Films? These people in the media would shit on Jermell Charlo just to praise Bud Crawford, just so they could push that he has a chance with Canelo Álvarez. They will destroy Jermell Charlo's career. They will devalue and disrespect Jermell Charlo just to push Crawford and Canelo. And that's what I'm saying, folks, that the media, there's no more media in boxing. They're all frauds, bro. 90% of the media is frauds. They're all bought. Media right now is independent promoters of independent promotional entities for promoters and Turkey Al Sheikh. That's what it is. Nothing else. And let me tell you the truth. Where you heard raw opinions and real analysis, right, was on YouTube Boxing, the YTBC, this community. But guess what's happening to this community? They're infiltrating this community. You remember when these network boxing heads were shitting on us? They used to shit on YouTubers. Oh, these YouTubers, you guys don't know nothing about the sport of boxing, blah, blah, blah. You never laced up a glove. You never did this. You never did that. Guess what? They used to make fun of us, this community. And now they're in our community now. All of them have to come to our community because the networks shitted on them. The networks have shitted on y'all because y'all was bullshitting the networks. And now they're coming over here to YouTube and Twitter and all that stuff to shit on the people. When they thought the social media, remember they used to make fun of social, look at Ryan Garcia and these guys on social media. Oh, what are they doing there? Oh, these YouTube channels, all these dumb idiots. I remember. They say, I remember I had conversation with people in boxing. I'm telling you, they said that they used to tell me that all the people in YouTube, all you guys are idiots. Even Paco told me, he said, all the people in YouTube, all you bunch of people are idiots. You don't know nothing. They didn't even mention that. Yep. Because the promoters fed the network so much BS. It wasn't negotiated in good faith. They negotiate contracts and they promise championship bouts. And the promoters and the belt federations hustles the networks. And the networks have caught on. And that's why no network in America want to showcase boxing, because they've had it with their lies and their hustle. All these promoters and belt federation, the promoters and the belt federation came together to hustle the networks. Because what the network wants is championship fights. But what you're going to see, WBC silver, WBA regular, WBO intercontinental. You're going to promise Vasily Lomachenko in championship fights. So the championship fights, they had to put a belt, Lomachenko versus Richard Comey, for the intercontinental WBO belt. Oh, hey, ESPN is a championship fights. Really good, because these networks truly don't know about boxing. Facts punch. No real media in boxing anymore, even in the YTBC. You're one of the few real ones. That's why I come to your channel. Keep up the good work, man. Thank you. I appreciate you, my brother. And guess what? And because I got so real, too real. Oh man, this guy's too real. Get this guy out of here. We can't control his mouth. We can't control him. I've seen it, because that's what they do. You file for media credential and they look at your portfolio. They look at your shit. Oh no, we don't want him. No, we don't want him here. You don't want him. Good looking now. These people are scared. They're scared. They're trying to hold relationships, man. They're trying to hold relationships. And it's sad, man, because they see that boxing is going down the drain. And because people are so afraid to speak the truth, they're afraid to speak the truth, man. They're afraid, man. It's like, you know what's so sad? A lot of people talk about independence, right? Independence, man. how can you start something independently and still be a slave within your independence? Like you create a channel, but you be a slave to your own opinion. You don't want to keep it real because you're scared to lose this relationship. I'm not afraid to lose no relationship in boxing because I'm only into a relationship that I could be myself and be real to you. And I will give those the benefit of the doubt that deserves it. But if me keeping a relationship for me to be fake and swallow my intellect and downplay and mind f myself for me to make you feel good, but then when I look at myself in the mirror, I see a fraud. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm sorry, my brothers. I'm not. I'm gonna keep it real, and I don't care. I don't care. So I could praise Canelo Álvarez and say, man, I think that Canelo Álvarez is ducking David Benavidez. Oh, I ain't fucking with you, Punch, man. I'm a subscriber because, man, I thought you used to say good things about Canelo, and now you saying that he ducking David Benavidez. Sí, porque he's ducking David Benavidez. Cállate la maldita boca. Yes, Canelo Álvarez is better. Canelo Álvarez have a better legacy, have a better resume and stuff like that. But you know what? I think he's ducking David Benavidez too. Okay? I ain't fucking with you, pues vete pa la mierda. Oh, yo, Teofimo Lopez. Teofimo Lopez, the captain of the generation, the commander-in-chief. I think that Teofimo Lopez beat all his contemporaries. I think so. But no, I'm not happy that Canelo Álvarez didn't get the fight with Devin the Dream Haney. Oh, but why you saying it about okay. He should, yeah. I think that Teofimo Lopez could have fought Devin Haney for $8 million, whoop his ass August 16th. It could have been in 2 weeks and get it over. Oh no, I ain't fucking with you, Punch, because you saying this. Oh, because I'm saying my truth. Huh? Apo, vete pa la mierda. Oh, but Crawford is great, but I don't like the relationship that he has with Victor Conte. It makes it look suspicious. No, you just hating on Bud. No, I'm not hating on Bud. I'm hating on the relationship because now it tampers with the legacy of whoever works with Victor Conte because it's going to be a shadow. Man, that's fucked up, man. It's not, man. All right, man. Okay. Bro, sort of look at me. He said, "Love your punch. I'm so glad you brought this narrative up." Yo, but it's true. And you know what? It's not even we're not bringing the narrative, we're killing the narrative. We're killing it. If most people want to uphold their narrative, okay, so let's pick holes on their narrative. Okay, so if the narrative is that Bud Crawford and Canelo Álvarez is a great fight, a near 50-50 fight, and Bud Crawford is a better technical fighter than Canelo Álvarez, and Bud Crawford is more accomplished than Canelo Álvarez, and Bud Crawford is just as big as Canelo Álvarez, that he's got the muscles, he's strong, he's with snack, he got the 180, he's walking around in 185. Remember, several months ago, he was 186. So this man been walking around in nearly 190 pounds. So this is his weight class. I've seen Canelo Álvarez before. Before going into camp. And Canelo Álvarez was walking around in 183. You know how I know? Because before the fight with before the first press conference of Triple G and Canelo Álvarez, the trilogy, I was with his team. And Canelo Álvarez, the morning in the hotel, I was talking to his team, and he said they waited 1.83. Él no camina más que 1.83, 1.85. Y eso sí está bebiendo su tequila cuando está su familia en vacación. Él no sube más, él no camina más que 183. And I was chilling with Eddie Reynoso people. You had and 5 other crews, other members of Canelo Álvarez team, and I was chopping it up with them on Tao's restaurant in 16th Street in the meatpacking district. And this was Canelo before going into camp. So Canelo Álvarez walks around in 183, 185 the most. Eso cuando si está bebiendo tequila y está en vacación con su familia. Bud Crawford walks around at 186, 185. He's put it out there. So he's as big as Canelo Álvarez. He got longer reach than Canelo Álvarez. He's big. He's this. He's strong. He wrestles now. He's a wrestler. He's Kurt Angle. He's Bret Hart. He's Bret the Hitman Hart. He's Shawn Michaels. He's Hulk Hogan. Rest in peace, Hulk Hogan. He body slams the body. Now he body slams everybody. That's what they talk. Crawford is the greatest fighter of all time. Yeah. As a matter of fact, before they were saying that Bud Crawford is better than Oscar de la Hoya and Flo Mayweather. Ya están diciendo esa gente. Hey, yo, people already saying that, but they was trying to compare Bud Crawford and Sugar Ray Leonard already. Before Canelo Álvarez victory, they were already comparing Sugar Ray Leonard that beat Hagler and Hearns and Duran and all those legends in their prime, and they already were saying that Bud Crawford. Él está mamando el huevo a Bud Crawford like they never suck a dick in their life before. I'm sorry, I never bring that shit up about, because I don't even like when people like to throw in those darts but I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't understand this overly praise. Perdóname, señores Sunday. Perdóname, mi gente. Because I don't like when people like to be like, when I'm giving credit to somebody, be like, oh, you on their day. But I don't know what it is, bro. Crawford would be prime Mike. It's true. Crawford le gana todito. Crawford would be Muhammad Ali and Mike Tyson in the same day. The way they talk about Bud Crawford beats Muhammad Ali and Mike Tyson the same day. See, I don't like a promo. This is what I don't like. I don't like a promo that just to push a fight, they have to go extremely to shit on somebody. To push this fight, they have to extremely shit on Jermell Charlo. Bud Crawford ain't gonna fight like Jermell. Bud Crawford ain't gonna fight like Jermell. Motherfucker, we all know that Jermell Charlo doesn't fight like that. What you think made Jermell Charlo fight like that? Maybe because y'all don't listen. And Jermell Charlo said that Canelo didn't feel none of my punches. So if he didn't feel none of my punches, what you want me to do? Just stand there and get knocked out? Because there's weight classes for a reason. But no, when it comes to Bud Crawford, there's no weight class for a reason. You would shit on Jermell Charlo to push and mind F yourself that Bud Crawford and Canelo Álvarez is a good fight. Okay. Now is the shit on Canelo Álvarez. Yo, these analysts talks like Canelo Álvarez. The Space Jam monsters have taken Canelo Álvarez skills and talent away. Like the monsters did Patrick Ewing, Charles Barkley, Bradley, Muggsy Bogues, and Larry Johnson. That's what happened to Canelo Álvarez. The monsters of Space Jam have taken the skills of Canelo Álvarez. Now they push. Now. That's how they're talking about Canelo Álvarez. Canelo Álvarez es mierda ahora compared to Bud Crawford. And so, if Canelo Álvarez beat Bud Crawford, Canelo Álvarez is top five. Top five. I'm going to say Muhammad Ali, Sugar Ray Leonard, Sugar Ray Robinson, Manny Pacquiao, and Canelo Álvarez. I don't wait to see Crawford flatlined in the middle of the ring. No, that's gonna be Canelo. Allegedly, ESPN wearing knee pads for Ukraine. However, Bob and the network robbed Loma against Haney. These talking heads at ESPN, etc., need to get exploited every time they show their face. Now they're coming to YouTube. Remember, ESPN fired all of them. ESPN sets a top rank and get the hell out of here, viejo, maldito viejo de Bob Arum. Get the hell out of ESPN. You guys no good over here. Can we reconstruct our contract? Get the hell out of my office, all you guys. Oh, shit. Canelo gets zero credit for beating Crawford because Crawford is so great. Canelo gonna get all the credit from here. They better, y'all better. With all this praise of Bud Crawford and Canelo Álvarez beats Bud Crawford, he gets no credit. No, es todo el crédito que le vamos a dar a Canelo Álvarez. Canelo Álvarez is gonna be top 5, bro. 3-time undisputed, more impressive than 50-0. I think so. I think so. But Floyd Mayweather already beat Canelo Álvarez too. So let's not forget about that. Because let me tell you like now, out of all the Floyd Mayweather victory, the Canelo Álvarez victory has aged the best victory of any victory in the history of boxing. I'm going to tell you like this. Floyd Mayweather beating Canelo Álvarez has aged better than any victory has aged in boxing history, in my recollection. Because if Bud Crawford beats Canelo, Floyd Mayweather beat Canelo. Floyd Mayweather beat Canelo. Floyd's going to look like, all right. Yeah, you went up in weight. All right. Crawford is bigger than Floyd. You know the exact reason Canelo won't get the same credit Crawford weight. It's that simple. No, Crawford is big. These are the 2 best fighters in the game. Whoever wins is going to get massive credit. Taylor Bell. What's good, Taylor Bell? Long time no see, my friend. And that's what we want to keep it. That's where this is the nature of the live. The nature of the live is that both of them should get massive credit. If Bud Crawford is going to give credit like he's the top 5 dead or alive, then Canelo Álvarez beating Crawford, he should get the same. Because the way that they're analyzing the pundits, the pugilists of the game, the legendary fighters are analyzing this fight, then I don't want to see just Crawford getting the ultimate respect for beating Canelo Álvarez. And if people want to talk about size, if they saying, well, he's moving the 3 division up, but he's bigger and stronger than Canelo Álvarez, and then size doesn't matter. Size doesn't matter. And a matter of fact, Bud Crawford been out for a year. So he's been building up muscles for a year. Canelo Álvarez still had to cut weight, had to still make weight. That's all I'm saying. Just give the same credit y'all will give Bud Crawford if Canelo Álvarez win. The nature of the live. Just give the same praise and status to Canelo Álvarez for beating Bud like you will give Bud for beating Canelo. Is it fair, folks? I think I could take this assessment from this live and we move forward. And I don't have to downplay. I don't have to feel like like they're pushing a fake narrative. If they trying to hook wink me and thinking that this is not a mismatch. If this is a great close to 50-50 fight, then you give the damn 50-50 praise. That's all I'm saying. Or you going to Vegas for the fight. Somebody from Punch Drunk Boxing is going to go to Vegas. There's somebody going to win the ticket. Somebody in a +1. Somebody in a +1 or 2 people going to win the ticket. Shout out to Charles Edwin Queso. Hold on. Let me take this thing out of the way. Late this week. I'm just telling y'all now. Let me know. The members, and all to the members. Just, you don't know if you're going to be the winner, but I hope that everybody is free. I hope whoever wins the tickets is free. Hold on, let me say the date. Give me the date. It's free on the, I'm going to say the 12th, the 13th, and the 14th. Or the 11th, 12th, and 13th. Let me see. Better. Yeah. 11, 12, and 13th. Nah. It should be the 12th, 13th, 14th. 12. Yeah, the 11th, 12th, and 13th. The 11, 12, and 13, ladies and gentlemen. The 11, 12, and 13th. Got it. Tell me y'all free. Let me know y'all free. Another reason that Crawford has never taken a punch from super middleweight before, so it will be more impressive than Canelo taking punches from. What about if Canelo outboxes Bud Crawford? What about Ronco los 5 pesos? Queso. Shout out to Queso wherever you at. Shout out to Queso as well. July 27th. I ain't go live on July 27th, but can't forget about that day, July 27th. Proud of my brother Queso. You know what I'm saying? You know, great things. July 27th. July 27th was a 1-year anniversary of great health. Shout out to my brother. So are we good with that, folks? So okay, we good with that. We good with the Canelo getting the same praise as Canelo Álvarez. If Canelo Álvarez beats Bud Crawford, he's top 5. Just like if Bud Crawford beat Canelo Álvarez, he's top 5. It will be intriguing if Bud Crawford stops Canelo Álvarez, but it'll also be intriguing for Canelo Álvarez to outbox Bud Crawford. It'll be just as interesting, because I don't think that nobody's analyzing that Bud Crawford in a 12-round bout will outbox Bud Crawford. Nobody's talking about that. They're saying that the only way that Canelo Álvarez beats Bud Crawford if he knocks him out. But if it goes to a decision, they think that Bud Crawford wins. So there you go. There you go. Just as impressive, right? That will be extremely impressive if he manages to outbox Bud and get the decision. That's true. Thank you very much. See, that's what that's the type of feedback we're talking about. We got to compromise. We have to make sense out of the thing. It has to go. If it's a 50-50 fight, both of these guys got to get praise. We got to look at ways that both of these guys are going to get the ultimate praise. And that's a true 50-50 fight. That's a real 50-50 fight. That's a real fight. A great fight is not when one person wins and get all the praise, and if the other person wins, he gets no praise, and it's just another win. No, that's not fair. That means right there, if Canelo Álvarez does not get praise, almost as exact same with Bud Crawford getting praise if he beats Canelo Álvarez. If Canelo Álvarez doesn't get praise, then it contradicts. It actually, no, not contradict. It actually exposes that this is not a great fight. A great fight is when it's a great fight with two fighters, and whichever the winner is, get the ultimate praise. That's a great fight. That's the best fight in the best. Legendary fight. Just like Floyd Mayweather getting the props for beating Manny Pacquiao. If Manny Pacquiao wouldn't beat Floyd Mayweather, it would have been like, yo, same praise. Same praise. Jackie saying, if y'all making it that technical, then the fight shouldn't even be happening. Facts. Y'all literally saying that the Canelo win won't be impressive. What y'all feel about Oscar Duarte? Who should he fight next at 140-pound division? You know, man, the 140-pound division is really stacked up, very stacked up. I think the 140-pound division and their champion. I like the champions. I think those are the best champions of all the divisions. I mean, in the competitive way, like the matchups like Matias and Tio, Matias, Hitchens, Matias, Gary Antoine, right? And we see Tio, Gary Antoine, Tio versus Hitchens, Tio Matias, Hitchens versus Gary. Like, I like the matchups as a 140-pound division. I think that Tio wins them all, but Oscar De La Hoya did stated that he won't like to see Ryan Garcia do the rematch with Rolly. He would like to see Ryan Garcia versus Teofimo Lopez. I would like to see that fight as well. And I think that fight could actually be done and do great money without a turkey out shake. Like, I think that's an opportunity for, what I liked about yesterday was that it was a good card, a good decent card for the hardcore boxing fans, and it didn't need no turkey out shake in it. And it just tells me that, I don't think people have given Golden Boy Promotions credit. Golden Boy Promotions got couple fighters that he could match them up with and make good money and revenue in the U.S. market. Like Kid Austin, you put Kid Austin, and if Golden Boy says, put Kid Austin versus Keyshawn Davis, it'll be intriguing, right? Top Rank don't got a home. Can you imagine that? Do you imagine that Golden Boy Promotion would have a home and Top Rank wouldn't have a home? That's crazy, right? You would think that it will be Golden Boy Promotion without any home compared with Top Rank and their company, right? Ryan Garcia versus Teofimo Lopez could do great money, and they don't need turkey. It would do great money. Virgil Ortiz, I could see great fights and great money. I could see these people do business without lending all their fights to go to turkey out shake and Reha season. I think that Eddie Hearn and Oscar De La Hoya should put their foot down and be like, you know what? Let's send a message, man. Let's put up a great event. We don't need them. Y'all still can make money. Virgil Ortiz versus Boots. Virgil Ortiz versus Xander Zayas. Teofimo versus Ryan Garcia. What weight for Ryan? I think 147 is. I think if Teofimo Lopez was ready to move to 147, I think, why not fight at 147 too to get these fights? If Ryan Garcia was a guy that wasn't like, he just got to 147, he just got there. So I don't think it. I think it'll still be good for Tio and Ryan to be to fight at 147. Mattia is a free agent and can fight anyone. Yep. But, they're going to strong arm him to fight a mandatory. Golden Boy versus Matchroom 5-on-5. That would be good. Teofimo Lopez versus Richardson Hitchens if he signs back. Or Ryan Garcia versus Teofimo. Well, not Teofimo, that's Top Rank. So it'll be Richardson Hitchens. But Tio could fight anywhere as well. He's still with Top Rank, but he could fight anywhere. He just got to give that 20%, and that's whack. You know what I'm saying? But then look at now where Top Rank is at. They don't got no home. Ryan and Haney. That fight could still happen. I don't know why that fight is not happening. Who cares that Ryan lost to who cares that Ryan lost to Rolly Romero? That fight with Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney still got to get his get back. It's almost and that's what I mean. The contradiction is almost like, it's funny. I see how this game is the narrative is just funny, and it's never kept consistent. So people saying that Devin Haney, oh, he doesn't need to fight Ryan, or they don't need to put that fight, Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney, because Ryan lost to Rolly. No, you still got to get your get back. To this day, 4 years later, I still have to hear people tell me, yo, but your boy Tio still has to fight George Camboso. Even though that George Camboso already lost like four fights already, bro. Matter of fact, more. He lost twice to Devin Haney. He lost to Lomachenko. He lost to Richardson Hitchens. Arguably, he lost to Maxie Hugh, right? But people still want to shame Teofimo Lopez. No, he got to fight George Camboso, yo. So why the same thing doesn't apply to Devin Haney? Just because Rolly beat Ryan Garcia, that doesn't mean you beat Ryan Garcia. You still gonna need, you should want that get back. You got destroyed by Ryan Garcia. As a matter of fact, I think that we giving Devin Haney a pass not to face Ryan Garcia again. Go get your get back. Just like a bunch of people was asking Tio to get his get back with George Camboso. Doesn't matter that Rolly beat him. You ain't do it. Rolly did your dirty work. But I guess I see things and whatever. People don't want to keep it consistent. It ain't Haney's fault. He wanted the rematch. I'm not saying it's Haney's fault, but just because Turkey Out Shake wasn't going to put the fight, then ask for somebody else to put the fight. You still should be asking for the fight. You should still want for the fight. You should still be calling out for the fight. That's what I'm saying. Why Haney's not calling out still for the fight? Ryan Garcia has surgery. He was going to be back in December, so he should have just waited on Ryan. Don't you think? I'm not saying that he should. I'm just saying that the narrative, and that's what I'm saying. I'm not putting that on Haney. I'm putting it on the fans. I'm really literally not putting it on Devin Haney. I'm putting it on the fans. They got to hold Tio accountable for not getting his get back with George Camboso. Even though that George Camboso has lost 4 times already, you still would shame Tio for Camboso to this day. Even that he has accomplished a lineal champion again, and still would shame Tio with Cambosos. But ain't nobody saying nothing about Devin. Yet Tio would try to make the fight with George Camboso. He declined the $2.4 million, George Camboso. You forgot? Tio will KO Matias, no defense. I agree. Tio will stop Matias. I dare Matias play that same. I dare him fight Tio the same way he fought Puello, with his hands down and just moving forward like that. Man, Tio will pick him apart so bad, it's going to look ugly. It's going to look ugly. He's going to make Matias look like a fool. He's going to make Matias look like a fool. Yo, Jackie, you see how Jackie, you know that you a witness. You saw how all these people abandoned Subriel Matias. You saw how all like Bang Bang, and all the fake fans of Matias abandoned him when he lost to Liam Paro. I never heard of these guys ever again. They never mentioned Matias ever. Yo, there used to be channels. They used to do channels dissing me. Yo, they deactivated their accounts. I never heard them. Yo, these guys didn't even come around when Matias fought in his last fight in a baseball little league field. They wasn't even talking about Matias when he had a fight, his last fight before the Puello fight in a little league baseball field. They had it right there, in the parking lot. As a matter of fact, in the parking lot they had it. And then all of a sudden now, oh my God, Matias, the greatest of all time, comes back from the dead. And all his fans come back. Yo, if I was Matias, I'll say F you to all the fans. Because all you guys abandoned me because I lost. Usted me votaron. I never seen a fighter get abandoned that quick like that. I never seen a fighter get so much fans out of nowhere and then lose them right away. It was embarrassing. If I was Subriel Matias, I won't even, no me hablan de Puerto Rico, ya me abandonaron a mí. Yo, I never seen somebody get dropped like a bad habit so quick by the fan base, bro. I never heard Matias, nobody come and talk about Matias ever again until he beat Puello. And now he beat Puello and in a very, very close fight. And they saying that Matias is the man. Oh my God. Relax. Relax. Que puntero. Que fake. Why y'all like to be fake like that? That's the most fakest shit you could do. Imagine, like, just imagine that you and when you winning, you getting praise, and then you lose, and then everybody leaves you. And now you win, and then you see the same people trying to crawl back. Y look at Bam Bam Boogie Boxing. Yo, tú lo abandonaste a ese tigre. You a fraud, bro. You a fake supporter, bro. You threw him in the garbage when he lost. You threw Matias in the garbage and you lost. Huh? You threw Matias in the garbage when he lost, bruh. You a fake fan. You a fraud. Good looking out, Cesar. But anyway, man, we 2 hours in. Good looking out, man. We probably go live later on midnight tonight. We probably gonna go live again. 12 a.m. We back live. I'm gonna drop another video. You know what I'm saying? Chill out for the rest of the day, and we back live. Go and drop a video, then we go back live. It's going live twice on Sunday. Y'all already know this is the hangover recap, and then we're gonna be talking about more about other fights, other potential fight in the sport of boxing. Let me know what y'all think. Subscribe to the channel, smash the like button. Love you, God bless, and on to the next.